Hi, I'm going to show you how to use the matplotlib Python package on the Kebnekaise HPC cluster as part of this course using Python HPC environment as taught by these centers. We'll find out what we'll use the documentation on Kebnekaise to find out how to load it. We'll find out why it is important, and we're going to run some code and even a plot with matplotlib. What is it? Matplotlib allows you to create figures. This simple code creates this simple figure. Matplotlib is important because it's one of the most popular Python plotting libraries. You can create publication quality figures, like more fancy than this, and probably all the types are present that you need. So I'll show you the matplotlib plot types overview here. So you see pairwise data is there, distributions, gridded data, this is regular, here we have irregular, and 3D plots too. So matplotlib probably has the plot you need in it. Alright, let's take a look at the exercise. So we're going to create some minimal code and we're going to create a minimal plot. Sure. Exercise 3, 4 and 5 are more in depth. They are not specific anymore to HPC Python, to HPC. You can do this on any computer, so I'm not going to talk about those. Let's go to the exercise 1, minimal code. Go to the documentation of the HPC cluster you work on. To do this, I'm going to move this window to the left. I'm going to create a new window. I'm going to search for Kebnekaise HPC2 user documentation, and here I have their documentation. In the documentation, find a software module to load matplotlib. So I'm going to click here on search. There's a search function somewhere. There's the search for matplotlib. They are beautiful. It has its own page. Let's take a look. How do I load it? Here we have a beautiful example how to load matplotlib. So we need to load it. Let's take a look if my answer exactly matches this. Kebnekaise, it can be even simpler, but we're going to follow the documentation instead. So I'm going to copy paste this to Kebnekaise because now we need to run this on Kebnekaise. So copy paste this in my clipboard there. I'm going to close this, and let's go to Kebnekaise and I paste this. Let's see if it works. This seems to work. And now we're going to find out if it really works. So now I need to create a script called matplotlib exercise 1.py. Sure. For that we're going to use Nano. Nano is a simple text editor. If you type the file name behind it, it will create a file like that. I'm going to copy this content, right mouse button and paste. I press Ctrl O to save. I press enter to accept the name I suggested. So it doesn't look nice. It's because it didn't fit on the line here. If I move the arrow to the left and to the right, you'll see that the file name is there as I wanted it to be. I press enter to accept my suggestion, and I press Ctrl X to exit. Now we need to run this Python script. No, that's the Python name of the script. You saw I typed super fast here. I just pressed tab to autocomplete. What do we see? There's this number here. What do we see? Well, just taking a look at the script, it's probably the version of matplotlib, and this is exactly it. We can maybe even see it here. No, we can. Yeah, here 3.8.2. So we just loaded version 3.8.2. We loaded the module for that version, and when we double check, we indeed find back that version. Good. Why is this useful? Why this code shows nothing directly useful? Why is this useful anyways? Well, if you would have gotten an error here already in this very minimal code, it means matplotlib does not work for sure. This is like our first test to see if matplotlib may work, and if this works, it is probably going to work. But let's find out. Now we're going to create a minimal plot. So for this we need to create a new file with texture. I press up to get back all the commands. I change the 1 to a 2. I'm going to copy paste this. I do Ctrl Shift V to paste. This is how you paste to a terminal. I press Ctrl O to save the file. I press Enter to accept. I press Ctrl X to exit. Now I'm going to run this thing. I press up to get earlier results back. And now we need to check that the figure is created. Let's take a look. With ls we list our files. We see here that the file name is created. This is already the first indication that it may have worked. Sometimes you can see the figure if you use a program like eog. In this case it's not present. Maybe display works. No, it does not work. Maybe view works. View works. Let's try out matplotlib access2.png. I'm unsure. Yeah, no, this is not it. There. So we can't test directly here how to do it, or there are ways that I don't know, which can also perfectly be true. We can download this file. We can use a remote desktop environment to view it. I'm pretty confident this is the plot as shown here, because it's the exact same code. With that out of the way, I've showed you how to use the matplotlib Python package on Kebnekaise for the course using Python in HPC environment. With that, I'm going to wish you a very good day. Bye!